Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
that's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Go for a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Want to shop Walmart Black Friday deals first? Walmart Plus members get early access to our hottest deals. Join now and get 50% off a 1-year annual membership. Shop Black Friday deals first with Walmart Plus. See terms at walmartplus.com.
Let's hang out. Let's hang out. And let's talk about what lesbians are about. Let's hang out. And let's listen to two lesbians shout. Let's hang out. Let's hang out.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Let's Hang Out. I'm Ellie Brigida.
And I'm Leigh Holmes Foster, and here's what's happening this week.
This week in the Lesdom.
This week in the Lesdom is somewhere we can touch base each episode about things going on with the podcast or otherwise. We would like to remind you all that our Trova trip is coming up in September. Time is just flying. We have 5 spots left. You can sign up at bit.ly/LesDoCroatia. July 3rd is the final day that you can sign up.
We also want to remind you in season 6, every month we are putting up a bonus episode for our Patreon supporters. Our last one just went up last week. It was on the iconic film Almost Adults, starring everyone's favorite Elise Bauman and Natasha Negavanlis. So if you want to catch that and all of our other Patreon episodes, you can find them at bit.ly/LesPatreon. And in the greater Les universe, we have to start because I think some of you know we just held Yellow Jackets Season 1 trivia. We had a great time. And while we were there, we happened to all stream together and live chat the premiere of Season 2 of Yellow Jackets. And that's an experience we all have to live with now, okay?
Does being with other people make it better or worse?
I think it was better ultimately. I feel like we were there for each other. You know, like we could all
support
be there.
each other through the chaos, through the
everything that
violence,
we lived through that happened.
Yes.
That happened to us, but it happened to all of us, and I think that's the important thing. So yeah, Yellow Jackets Season 2 kicking off with a bang. I'm very excited for the journey that I bet we're about to go on.
You know, nothing bonds queer people more than shared trauma. So
yes. Oh my God,
like
we
a
are
lovely
in for
time.
it.
Also on TV right now, Daisy Jones and the Six. Leigh, you have not seen this show, but I am obsessed.
I haven't. I need to. I know.
I binged it in 2 days. It has everything I could ever want in a show. Incredible music, beautiful women. That's it. And it has
my list is short, you know,
very
that's
short.
all.
And it has a lesbian storyline between 2 characters, Simone and Bernie, and it's 2 queer Black women in the 70s. And they actually get like an entire episode really dedicated to the 2 of them. And then, you know, there's more of them throughout the series. They're supporting characters, but there's still a really great storyline that they pulled together. And like the chemistry between the 2 of them is great. So if you want to watch...
Okay, fine, Ellie, I'll watch it.
You should really watch it. And not just for the lesbians, just the whole show is wonderful.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sold. We also want to let everyone know, many of you may remember we had our friend Kai Choice on a couple seasons back, maybe 2 seasons back now. Gosh, time flies when you're having fun. He has a new comedy special out. It's called Kaipocalypse Now. I'll be honest, I'm the worst and I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen a bunch of the clips that he's been posting all over Twitter. It looks hilarious. If you want to check that out, it is up. It's on YouTube. It is free. If you're looking for like a good time, it's like a full-length comedy special. So you can find that at youtube.com/@KaiComedy. Okay, don't forget the little at symbol in there. Yeah, so at Kai Comedy, Kaipocalypse Now, and then I gotta check it out. I think that's on my list this week. So
we'll definitely share on our socials as well. Also, the showrunner for Wizards of Waverly Place confirmed that Selena Gomez and Hayley Kiyoko's characters should have been gay together. So looks like we got to do a should have been gay on Wizards of Waverly Place. But I mean, throw Hayley Kiyoko and Selena Gomez together in a show and have them not date?
Please,
like, that doesn't make any sense.
Can we recast them in a show now and have them
or can we do a reboot?
Together?
Like Wizards of Waverly Place reboot? I'm down for that. Like,
listen, they're rebooting every other goddamn show on the earth. Why can't we get this? Well, that's what's happening this week. Back to you, Ellie and Leigh.
Thanks, Ellie and Leigh, and welcome to our 103rd installment of Should Have Been Gay.
Oh, it was fun, it was great, but it should have been a little more gay.
And in this week's episode, we've got a new drug for you. It's called technology. Hot stuff.
Sexy.
Hot.
Toys. We love gadgets. Super excited to be talking about the 355 today. We got quite a few suggestions for this.
This was a Discord. This was a Patreon suggestion. Although, yes, we did have a couple people chime in our Discord, but we thought the description hooked us so much that we were just like, sold. We're doing it.
Sounds
Put it right
gay.
on the top of the list.
I'm in. That's it. And to be fair, it is pretty gay. Let's dive into our IMDb synopsis.
Okay. Only because I know you and I have already read this and marveled at it. Here is the confounding IMDb synopsis for the 355.
Confounding.
When a top-secret weapon falls into mercenary hands, a wild-card CIA agent joins forces with 3 international agents on a mission to retrieve it while staying a step ahead of a mysterious woman who's tracking their every move.
It literally, if anyone is listening and has seen the film,
you might be like, did you look up the IMDb synopsis for a different movie? And to that, our answer is, we in fact did not.
That is the supposed IMDb synopsis. But yes, it is not accurate.
It's not this movie.
That is not even close to what this movie's about. I guess a wild card CIA agent joins forces. But like the mysterious woman bit, I think they were just trying to throw Lin Mi in the IMDb synopsis. But like, it was not clear that she was tracking their every move. Like, I never. But
then, if you're gonna go with that way, like, it is not. She does not join forces with 3 international agents. Gracia is not an agent; she is a therapist.
She is a therapist, exactly.
she is the first to tell you.
She's a therapist.
It's just. We've done some IMDb synopses that are like wildly badly written and kind of really stretching the boundaries of like what they're described. This is just flat out
It's just wrong. It's just wrong.
Wrong.
For those of you who have not seen this film, it's sort of correct. So we have Mace, who is a CIA agent who has to, like, they're trying to retrieve this drive the whole time. This drive that could destroy the entire world, right? So Mace is on a mission with Nick, who's her partner, to get it. Then Marie, who's a German agent, gets in on the action. Then Khadijah, who is a London agent, I'm like MI6 agent, gets in on the action. And then Graciela, who is a Colombian agent, right?
Therapist,
gets in on the action. And then eventually Lin
Boy, there's so much action between these
so
women,
many action
Ellie.
between all these women. And then eventually Lin Mi, who is Chinese intelligence.
Yes. I am so bad at knowing what the names of all of these agencies
I'm so
are.
sorry. But it's basically these 5 women who at some point in the movie join forces to defeat evil and get this drive. And the drive is just ping-ponging around the whole time. That's my synopsis.
Not
what's
my
your
gay synopsis, though?
Okay, so my gay synopsis is a mistrustful B&D agent, Marie, meets her match in rogue CIA agent Mace, and they fall madly in love as they have to work together to recover a hard drive that will destroy the world. And they kill lots of men together, and that's great.
And what does B&D stand for, Ellie?
I cannot pronounce it. Do you want to try to pronounce it, Leigh? It's the German intelligence.
It's the German intelligence, which, to the best of our knowledge, is pronounced Bundesnachrichtendienst. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to listen.
Das ist gut.
Lena's going to chime in on our Discord and let me know how I did, okay?
Yes. Also, Mace played by Jessica Chastain. Oh my God. Jessica Chastain.
Yeah.
And Marie played by Diane Kruger.
Yes.
Here for that pairing.
Yes.
Someone was saying, what about blonde and redhead? We get a blonde and redhead pairing in the 355.
I also really want to know, like, how many fucking languages does Diane Kruger actually speak?
I don't know. Honestly, so impressive. Very actually impressive.
I'm literally Googling it right now because she was like, her French was really fucking good. Obviously her German was great. So like, okay, it says
Every
German,
single one of them is
German,
speaking
English, and French. Incredible.
Multiple languages. Very impressive.
Okay.
What's your gay synopsis? Yes, let's see.
Are you ready for my gay synopsis of this movie?
I'm ready.
Okay. My gay synopsis for the 355 is as follows. When you got a drive that can kill the world, who you gonna call? 5 lesbians.
True.
Yeah. That's my synopsis.
This is like, it's very like Ocean's 8 vibes.
It's a little heisty. It's a little more like action thrillery than heisty to me.
It's not heisty, but you know what I mean? It's like
they have like that very last, like the hotel setup that's like a little more heisty, you know, when they're like, oh, gotta wire my explosive devices and like climb up the outside of a tower. And you're like, okay, sure.
Okay, cool. But just in terms of like that movie that's like, all these women work together and none of them are gay? Question mark? Like from the movie itself's perspective, you know? There's 5 women here. They're all like killing men and don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And they're not gay. It's weird. So we'll get into it.
Hold on. Is that Rambo just snoring
he's
behind
snoring.
you? Okay.
He's snoring.
It just took me such a long time to place that sound. I was like, is that a fan? It's so rhythmic. Like, what?
It's just Rambo snoring. I mean, if it's going to be in the track, it's going to be in the track. Sorry, everyone. That is my dog snoring. You know what? It might be soothing to some people.
Yeah.
So what was your experience, Leigh, with this film?
Okay, my experience is people recommended this on Discord, and I think we watched it like a week later. I had never heard of it. Okay, here's the thing. I was sold on the cast because they posted a link and you look at the cast and like it's a fucking great cast. Like Jessica Chastain's amazing, Diane Kruger's amazing, like Lupita Nyong'o, like fucking, you know, Penelope Cruz, like fucking A+ cast.
And Bingbing, don't forget Bingbing.
And Bingbing, yeah. And I just, as Kelsey and I discussed many, many times while watching this movie, it is really impressive to have such an amazing cast of actresses and to still somehow make such a mediocre movie.
Yes. I literally was like...
It's not great, but it was fun. I mean, I had a lot of fun watching it, but it was not great.
It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I was sitting there and I was like, okay, I get what you're doing here, and yet I don't quite care.
Yeah.
Like, and also, I don't know.
I cared in the sense that, like, I enjoy all of these women and I enjoyed watching them, but not particularly because they were in this movie.
Not like cohesively as a film. Yeah, I agree. I was like, yeah, like give me Jessica Chastain and freaking Marie Kruger. Like,
yeah, dude. Like, I'm sorry, I will watch Jessica Chastain
together,
beat the shit out of men.
Every man ever. Yeah,
like all day long. No problem with that. Like, great. I will watch Diane Kruger in all of those outfits. No problem. But like,
plot wise, like, just don't care. Yeah, like I would watch Lupita Nyong'o be like, I'm gonna hack into every mainframe and be like, I love
fucking
you.
Loved her in this.
I mean,
Deej was actually like one of my favorites.
She was
in this
brilliant.
movie.
I mean, also acting wise, brilliant. I agree. Like every single actress is amazing. And yet
they were doing a lot of heavy lifting for this script and plot here.
Script and plot. I'm just like, also like I guess maybe I was
whatever budget they had for like weapons in this movie, like they should have had a fewer guns and like a little bit more like script work, you know?
Yeah,
just
like,
a little bit more.
It just felt like all the pieces didn't come together for me because too, like, I was also just cracking up because it felt like every like 20 minutes something got wrapped up, and I was like,
it felt like this movie was going to end.
Like, I thought it was over.
Times.
Yeah, like, especially, like, even the ending cracked me up because, like, it ends and they're like, we got the drive, we smashed it, we killed this man. And then it's like, joke's on you, he's still alive and he's the head of the CIA again. And I feel like the whole thing was supposed to be like, we're talking about feminism. And I was like, yeah, feminism. But then it didn't quite land how I wanted it to.
It really didn't. It really didn't. Well, and that's, you know what? I'm actually going to look it up right now because I did not even check whether this was written by a man. But like, this feels written by a man to me.
It was produced by Jessica Chastain.
Was it really?
Yes.
Wow. How was it?
It was written by a woman and a man.
Woman and a man.
Also directed by a man.
Just okay. Well, let's dive in. Can we dive in real quick?
Yeah,
do you want to start with the gay or start with the issues with the plot?
No. I think let's just go with the gay. Honest, that was just I just wanted to briefly mention.
Oh no, because I can't talk about this movie without talking about so many issues with the plot.
But it will come.
No, but I think specifically around what you're talking about with like why the like strong feminist angle like falls flat for me, like just totally fails on it. Like just nothing in it lands right for me. And I think it all has to do with, like, exactly that. What you're saying is that ending is I'm like, Nick should have died so many times in this movie.
He literally was dead, like, 15 minutes into the movie.
Yes.
And then they were like,
yes.
Just
and, like,
kidding.
first of all, listen, like, okay, Grassi, I love you. A+ work, baby, getting that gun upstairs, like you're doing your thing, you're saving your family. I'm here for it, but like fucking headshot next time, Grassi. Headshot.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly. Like you shot him in the wrong
shoulder
place.
was something, it was good, but like you aimed dead center, fucking forehead. Okay, that's where we're looking next time, Grassi. We just gotta brush up those skills a little bit. Okay, love you, boo.
Yeah.
But like,
well, also, okay,
gotta step it up a little bit.
Another thing about the feminism of it too. So like, I do feel like the story was also trying to say, like, we're not there yet, which is really depressing. Like, to be honest, like, I agree, right? Like, you're telling a story that's basically like, hey, feminism, but also all these 5 women were not rewarded at all for their work.
No, they're like on the fucking
they're
run.
now
Like they're
on the run.
they're all hunted fugitives right now by all of their country's agencies.
Yes, because men run things and are corrupt, right?
Yes.
And I feel like, especially for a film, I want some wish fulfillment of like, I don't care if that's like what life really is like, that yes, probably everyone's corrupt and men run the world. We know this. But like, give me the wish fulfillment where the women in this movie actually get to win at the end. Like the win.
Or at least give you something, right? Like you show them all on a fucking beach where they're like, okay, we're on the run, so we live in this remote country on a beach together and we're all like drinking our Mai Tais and having a grand old fucking time, like not getting shot out for the rest of our lives. And like we moved Grassi's family out here because how the fuck is she supposed to go back to her family? What happened? You're a hunted fugitive, Grassi. You can't go home now.
True.
Where are your babies?
I know, I love
we
how
saved
also
your babies.
At the
Where
end,
are they?
At the end, they kill Nick and then they all go their separate ways. And I was like, why?
They don't kill him, Ellie. They don't kill him.
You're right. They poisoned him.
They still don't kill him. They're like ancient Chinese poison, but we're not going to kill you. We're going to put you in a cell somewhere at the end of the world. Like, no!
Just
kill
him.
This man. Kill this man.
Kill
him.
So true. I forgot. They poisoned him, but they didn't kill him. Oh
yes,
my God.
they leave him there and they don't ever answer how they're not killing him or how they're getting him in. They literally poison him and then they all
walk away
and leave. I'm like, what is the plan here? But that's what I'm saying is this whole movie, it's not really about the drive. They wrap up the drive storyline, but it wasn't really about the drive. But then they don't wrap up the actual like overarching storyline at all.
Yes.
They're just like, they still didn't kill Nick and we don't know what happens to him and we're never explaining how these women are living the rest of their lives. And
As
I was like,
fugitives,
what?
yeah.
What are you talking about?
And also,
that's
they
crazy.
They don't even leave Marie and Mace together. But that was like,
So
that
mad.
was, they,
So
that was
mad.
a good gay moment.
It was
where Mace,
very gay.
Mace is like, you know, what did she say? Like,
Okay, hold on. I wrote it down.
Did you write it down? Because it was so
yeah.
gay.
Yeah. She goes, you want to grab a drink? And Marie goes, nah. And then Mace goes, me neither. Which is like...
Okay, cool. So you're not grabbing a drink.
So definitely not like just got rejected asking a girl out vibes
like,
whatsoever.
Literally was like, let's go.
And then she goes, bye. And Marie goes, I doubt it. So
yeah. So
anyways, not to bury the lead, and we're
yeah.
like leading with the ending of the film here, but it was very gay vibes.
It was so gay. But yeah, so let's discuss. Also, I think it was interesting. 25% on Rotten Tomatoes from critics, 80% audience score. So like,
it's a terrible movie.
It's not
a terrible movie that's very enjoyable, but it's very bad.
That's exactly what it is. It's a bad film that I would watch because it was like hot women.
It's
you know what
also
I mean?
just like, again, if you're gonna do the whole like action thriller, shoot 'em up, guns, CIA, whatever, like the worst plot point in this movie to me, sorry, I'll vent one last time and then we can talk about how gay all of these women are, because I do love all my lesbians. Like, love them. Okay, the worst plot point in this movie to me is that they do the whole thing where they like get the drive back, right? Like when they go to the auction and they think that Nick like won the drive in the auction and they leave, and then Lin-Mi shows up and she's like, put your guns down, and they're like, yes, mistress, and then she takes them back into her office and she's like, I am also an intelligence agent and we actually have the drive, bah ha ha ha. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Mace, who is a character who ostensibly has like nothing on her brain ever but like the mission, the operative, the thing, here's what we're doing, here's the plan, where are all of our angles covered. You're trying to tell me that you let a man buy a piece of hardware for $500 million who knows you and knows everyone you're working with, and you let him walk away with a dud, and your first thought was not, we are all in great danger.
Yeah, like,
and so are everyone
chill.
we care about. Like, you're just like, yeah, let's get drinks, bitches. I'm like, Mace, honey, think it through for a second. Like, your ex just waltzed away with a very, very expensive fake, knowing that the last thing he saw was you refusing to go with him. And it never once occurred to you to be like, hey, everyone, maybe if you still have someone you like care about left
like,
on this planet, like maybe call them up and like get them in a safe house. No thought crossed your brain. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. Like, even from the beginning, like Graciela should have been put her family in a safe house from the second she found out about the drive.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Like, so should all of them have. Like, it's that to me is the worst thing. And it's when you're gonna make a movie like this, like, you can't have your characters. You can have people like, oh, I fucked up. Oh, I made the wrong. Like, sure, fine. There's gonna have to be like human flaws. But I'm like, literally, they let Nick leave and then they're in this thing. And I was like, families, boyfriends, people you care about, father figures. Like, come on, girls, let's get information. Like, what are we doing here? Like, round them up. I was like, where are Graci's babies?
Not safe.
No, what is happening?
Wild. But let's get into the gay of it.
Okay, please. We meet Mace, and her first immediate thing she does on screen is to slap a man with his own hand in the face. Like, just...
Mace is kicking ass with all these men. And then also, okay, let's just talk specifically about the Mace and Nick storyline, because that is like a main thread of this film, right? Mace and Nick are partners and best friends, and they're on a mission, and he's like, I just want to try something. And he kisses her, and she's like, I don't think it's a good idea. And when that happened, I was like, okay, so girl's gay and we don't have to worry about this shit.
Yes. Listen, I'm sorry. When you are straight, ostensibly people, and you kiss her, and the first thing she says is, you're my best friend, in a movie, to me, that is just like, that's
gay.
Busting out of the closet with fucking streamers and balloons, and like, that is as clear a declaration of like, I am not into men as you could possibly have, right?
Literally, she hardcore is like, you're my friend.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin this. And then deflection. I get that she invites him into bed with her.
Yeah, and then they do sleep together, whatever.
Is it possible for her to have looked less
interested
into it?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Her lack of enthusiasm throughout that whole scene. She's just like slowly unbuttoning buttons with this look on her face of like, I guess we're doing this now. I mean, it was just, it was so bad. And to have that as the central conceit of the whole movie is just like, she was in love with Nick. And I'm like, what movie were you all watching?
Literally made no sense. Like,
none.
I should have been like, oh, he's gonna come back from the dead, because like I was like, oh yeah, that's a good twist in an action movie. But like, I forgot about him. I literally was like, he's dead and I don't care. He was
Here's
dead
the
in
literal
10 minutes.
line. Here's the literal line I wrote in my notes when they find out that Nick is dead. I wrote, R.I.P. man we barely cared about. Like,
Exactly. Like, did
I am
care.
not invested in Nick at all at this point in the movie. And you know why? Because Mace isn't invested in Nick at all at this point in the movie. Like, I'm sorry, but there's nothing about anything that happened between them that leads me to believe that she is in love with this man.
No.
Sorry
not
to
at all.
this man.
Then they go on the mission, right? And they go out pretending to be on honeymoon.
Yeah.
And she meets who actually is the love of her life, Marie.
Man, they have such chemistry.
They have
that
good
whole
chemistry.
scene. Oh my God. We love an enemies to lovers.
This is
okay?
the most intense. This was such an exciting enemies to lovers
that
for me.
chase, fucking
It was
great.
really good enemies to lovers. I was like, ooh.
It was great. Well, and because here's the thing, is like, it's so funny, the contrast immediately between those two relationships, right? Because they have this whole like, oh, Nick, he's, will they, won't they? He's gonna kiss her. They slept together. And I'm like, this man means nothing. This man is dirt to this woman. And then she's like chasing Marie through a fucking metro station. They're down in the tunnels. Their fist fight in the tunnel scene, so fucking good, right? And Marie's there. She's got her fucking hood up and shit.
Marie
and
also
that
is the
scene,
gayest bitch. Like,
so
she's
gay.
so gay to start.
So gay. And they're like, their chemistry is so palpable. And then she gets on that train and turns around and flips her off. And I was just like, oh, sparks are flying.
Have you
Like, I
seen,
was so into it.
You brought up a commercial, one of our last episodes. Do you remember that commercial where it must have been for like icebreakers or something, where they like blow on they like write messages in the
Yes, yeah. And they're like on the window.
Yeah. That was Marie. She was like, love you, bitch. Like,
Marie's pulling a
like,
Faith from
eat
Buffy
me.
with like the
the heart
in the window.
Like, that's
Oh, that would have been so good if she had drawn a little heart on
Like,
that window.
that's
I'm
their vibe.
headcanoning that back in my mind.
that's their vibe.
to be
Is
what
like
happened.
such like antagonistic lovers.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and they're evenly matched, right? Like they have like this. They're like both good. Like their skill sets match, and they're like,
And they're also like they both have like no one, which they constantly keep bringing up in like an annoying way in the script. But I'm like,
yeah,
that character development vibe of like, you didn't have a family and like I didn't really have a family, and like so we've always been sort of loner types. And through the whole thing, they're like, but we could be loners together. It's so like, it's giving me chills. It's like such a it is like that storyline is the most interesting relationship in the entire film.
Okay, well, listen, let's put a pin in that thought, because of course the next person we meet is Deej. I'm sorry, but like from the second that moment when Mace shows up in Deej's lecture and she like texts her where she's sitting, like texts her to look for her where she's sitting.
You think Mace and Deej are exes, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Here's what I'm just going to keep reading my notes at you, Ellie. Here's what I wrote down. I'm pointing to it on my computer. There's some clear we fucked vibes.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
Straight
like,
out the gate.
She literally is, she's like, so I have a boyfriend now. Like, it is giving me severe Ocean's 8 vibes in that it is like these two are exes. And she's like, I got to bring you back into the field. And she's like, I only did that in college, Mace. And you're like, well, you're still sort of in college because you're a professor. So like,
but it's the energy that Deej has when her boyfriend is there, and she's like, oh, this is my old friend from America. Like, here's your backstory, right?
Exactly.
She's like,
you do not tell him the truth.
Yeah, she's like, don't actually tell him anything. She's just like, this is my friend, Mace, from America. Just passing through. Sorry you can't stay. Oh, too bad, till next time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's your ex. That's your ex's
That is your straight up
vibes.
ex. Well, and her whole thing is like, she keeps lying to her boyfriend the whole time, right? Where like, she's like, I'll be back soon. Like, sorry, just gonna spend one more day with Mace. Like, it's like,
she's like, sorry, my ex-girlfriend showed up and I just have to start throwing clothing into a suitcase while wearing my very gay tie. I mean,
the outfit that
listen,
Deej is wearing when we meet her is just
that
so gay.
tie really did it for me. I'm not gonna lie. I was into it.
It was a good look. I literally was like, where can I get this outfit? It was a great lesbian look. But yeah, like it's like, okay, we meet her boyfriend like once. And I will say Lupita Nyong'o is an incredible actress because she really sells that she's madly in love with this man. I will give that to her. However, there's some serious backstory.
Oh, for sure.
And they insinuate it the whole time too, where she's like, oh yeah, that was the last time I was in the field and like never again and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, what did you guys do together? Yeah. We got it. Yeah, she's like, you're the only person I can trust too. I'm like, clearly this is not just a person you worked with.
Yeah.
For you to go to her when you're like completely under the radar, you're not supposed to, like, no flags are supposed to be drawn. This is someone you slept with. Otherwise, you would not be like, hey, let me risk everything by coming to see you. Like, she has your back. Yeah, they're so good.
I love them. It's hard. I ship them, but I ship Mace and Marie more still, so I'm going to stick with that. But, like, there's for sure history.
Oh, there's some history there. There's some history. Yes. And then we also meet Graciela. Is that the next one we meet?
Yes.
Which, like,
yes.
I don't get super gay vibes from her. Like, this is, like, the only time I'm going to be like, I feel like
Graci's the baby gay coming out story in this for me, right?
Oh, because she's, like, coming into her own with shooting guns.
Because I think this movie is bringing up an interesting parallel for me. That's a new angle than, things that we've talked about a lot. Like, I think we're pretty well established on, like, magic is gay, which is gay. Like, these are gay storylines. But I also feel like there's something about the, like, secret identity, like, hidden lifestyle, whatever thing that I'm also just like, oh, gay. You're all agents, meaning gay. Agents
equals gay.
Gay ladies. You are all gay ladies. And then Gracie keeps being like, but I'm not an agent. But then at the end, she's like, let me fucking get my gun out and like do some agent work.
And then she's like, okay, I guess I am an agent. Well, like that scene where they're all sitting having a drink and they're like, tell me about your first time.
I'm sorry. The first time story scene
such a
killed me.
Is like so tell me about your coming out story.
Yes. Yeah. That's literally all they're doing, right? And then of course Gracie's contribution in that space is like, well, I don't have a first time yet.
Yeah,
and you're like,
it could be now with you ladies. That is the thing. Like that's how I feel like each scene, I was like, ooh, cool things are happening together. I was like,
so you fucked on assignment, ladies. Like, we get it. Some mistakes were made. Lines got crossed. I get it.
I love these four women just having a drink, shooting the shit with each other, and being super gay together. Do you have notes from like what they said? What were their stories?
Well, Marie's was the depressing one.
Oh yeah,
right?
Marie's
Deja's was the one with the guy who had a phone up his ass.
True.
What was Mace's? Mace's was... she kills the cow. She's driving and she like realizes she has a tail or something, and then she drives straight into a cow.
Yes.
And kills
her first
the cow.
kill, yeah.
And almost dies.
I mean, not the gayest story, but maybe we could wrap that up into... No, I got nothing. I got nothing, but she's gay, all right? Just the fact that she starts this conversation too. I feel like she's like, oh, what did she say? She says, we showed you ours.
Yes. Yeah,
because Marie was like,
Marie's
like, I don't want to tell my first time. And she's like, say it, Marie. Like, tell us everything. And you're like, Mace, you.
Well, and Marie's story is like clear
depressing
vibes of like, I came out to my family and it didn't go well, right? Like that's what that that's what that is.
Yeah.
That's how I'm recasting my dad was a double agent.
Daddy issues.
Sure.
Yeah. Right. It's all gay. So we have that whole scene. Then they're like, at this point, they're like, we're joining forces. Gay. They're like, we didn't trust each other. Now we had a group date and we're all good.
Okay, but also, can we talk about I can't remember exactly where this happens, but there's this one conversation that I just want to call out between Mace and Marie, because it's absolutely not clear what ship I'm gunning for this movie, okay?
I mean,
but there's
it's
this
so
conversation.
Obvious, though. The chemistry is wild.
I know. Well, the chemistry between them, and so there's this one conversation that they have. I think it's like the first time the drive gets re-stolen from them, like when Marks gets shot or something.
That's why I'm like, why this drive? I'm like, just... it keeps bouncing. I'm like,
It's
okay,
also, I'm sorry, why does it take everybody so much time to just
Smash
destroy
it.
the drive? Just smash the drive. Like,
Yeah.
why did you turn it into anyone? You pick that thing up, you smash
just
it, you
smash
shoot it.
it.
You have so many guns.
That's
Shoot
it.
the drive.
But
Okay?
yes, okay, so
Anyways,
they pick it up.
But there's just this conversation where Mace turns to Marie and she's like, "Are you under control?" And Marie goes, "Are you?" And Mace goes, No. And I was like, oh my God, like these two women just looking at each other being like, can you control yourself? And she's like, can you? And she's like, absolutely not. And I'm like, correct, ladies. Neither of you can control yourselves around each other. Like, why are you fighting this?
Like, she's like, I'm so out of control. And you're like,
you make me lose control. And I'm like, yeah, get it.
So true. But they have so many conversations where they're just like,
yes,
I get you. You get me. We are in love. From them fighting in that tunnel
chemistry,
to like
every conversation, every
single time they talk, I'm like, you guys
so
should
good.
fuck. It's crazy.
They really should.
But also, like,
I'm sorry. You try to tell me that Jessica Chastain, like, just sadly and despondently undressing for Nick would not be blown out of the water.
by a freaking sex scene between Mace and Marie. Are you kidding?
Yes. Like, every fucking fight scene they have is
so sexually charged.
100 times more charged than that sex scene was.
Every time after this too, so they have that control scene. They have like when they go, they're all undercover at the auction, and Mace finds Nick, and Marie's like, "Where's Mace?" All she cares about is like, "Where's Mace? Where's Mace? Where's Mace?"
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. And as we head into Thanksgiving time, I want to start by thanking my wife, Kelsey, who has not only listened to just about every episode of this podcast for 8 seasons now, but who also is the only reason I'm able to make time to record it every week. She takes the kids, gets them dinner, and gets them ready for bed just so that Ellie and I can come on and yell about gay things into each other's faces for an hour. So here's a reminder to send some thanks to the people you're grateful for in your life, including yourself. I've been in therapy for a long time now, and one thing that's so important about therapy is how it teaches you to be more intentional. And being intentional about gratitude and how to show that to the people you appreciate is just one of the many benefits that I've gotten from therapy over the years. If you've been thinking of starting therapy, consider giving BetterHelp a try. I know how hard it can be to find time for regular therapy, and BetterHelp is designed to be flexible and convenient for your schedule. You can fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. If you want to start being more intentional about gratitude in your life, visit betterhelp.com/leshangout today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/leshangout.
Let's hang out.
For many businesses, the holiday season can be both an exciting and stressful time. With so many balls in the air, one thing you definitely want to know you can rely on is how you're selling your products. And with Shopify, you can rest easy knowing it's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. And when it comes to successful brands like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, an often overlooked secret is all the things that go on behind the scenes that make selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, if you take a peek behind that curtain, you'll see that Shopify is what makes it all possible. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, so that's more happy customers and way more sales going. It's true all the time, but especially this time of year, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use for Realm merch with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm. For many businesses, the holiday season can be both an exciting and stressful time. With so many balls in the air, one thing you definitely want to know you can rely on is how you're selling your products. And with Shopify, you can rest easy knowing it's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. And when it comes to successful brands like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, an often overlooked secret is all the things that go on behind the scenes that make selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, if you take a peek behind that curtain, you'll see that Shopify is what makes it all possible. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, so that's more happy customers and way more sales going. It's true all the time, but especially this time of year, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use for Realm merch with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
You come to the New Yorker Radio Hour for conversations that go deeper with people you really want to hear from, whether it's Bruce Springsteen or Questlove or Olivia Rodrigo, Liz Cheney, or the godfather of artificial intelligence, Jeffrey Hinton, or some of my extraordinarily well-informed colleagues at The New Yorker. So join us every week on the New Yorker Radio Hour, wherever you listen to podcasts.
We lost her. We need to find her. And everyone else is like, don't worry, like, stick to the mission. And Marie's like, no, but Mace. Like, that's all she cares about. And then also, too, Mace is like, finds out that that Nick is alive. And the second she's like, he's a bad guy, she's like, all right, fuck this man. Like, we had so few, like, such a short amount of time where they're quote unquote in love.
Yeah.
And the rest of it, she hates his guts.
It's hard to buy. It's really hard to buy.
I don't follow this. And even Nick, even from the other side, I'm like, I don't think Nick's in love with Mace either.
No.
So I'm like,
Nick saw a pretty bauble he wanted to own, and there's no way to convince me it was anything other than that.
No. He's like, come with me.
Now,
like,
Marie, though.
In love.
In love. Okay, wait. While we're doing this, so the drive gets restolen. The plot of this movie, forgettable. I'm sorry. But the plot and men of this movie, forgettable. Forgettable and often dying. Okay, so the drive gets restolen. They have to, like, go back. Oh, no, they don't go back after the drive because they don't have a way to track it. So they go back and find the other dude from the brush by pass.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
Okay, so they're, like, flying out to find this guy. And they have that whole scene on the plane, too, with Marie and Mace, where they're like a family vacation. And she's like, get some sleep. And she's like, I can't sleep. And she's like, I'll hold you. And then they both fall asleep in the plane. That's the movie I remember watching.
No, that sounds right. That's exactly the scene I saw, too.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Listen, people who haven't seen this movie don't even know what I'm making up and what I'm not anymore. So it's fine.
Because it sounds pretty accurate to what it could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll write my own fucking fan fiction live on our podcast, okay? Let me have it, Ellie. Let me have this.
Take it. Okay,
I
want it
so
to.
They fall asleep on the plane, wrapped in each other's arms. Great.
Mm-hmm.
But then they get to whatever their new location is, and I just have this note about, again, just the strong X, like, we have for sure fucked vibes between Deej and Mace. Is when they have, so, like, Deej calls her boyfriend to be like, still not coming home yet. Sorry, still out with my ex. Bah, ha, ha, ha.
Sorry.
And Mace is like, oh, like, what were you talking about? And Deej, they're having this conversation where Deej is like, oh, like, he can't sleep without me there. And, like, Mace's face in response to that is just, like, so clearly like, oh, yeah, I know what that's like, right?
Been there.
Like,
yeah.
She's like, I get it.
She's
Legit.
like, yeah, it took me a while to get over not sleeping with you either. But yeah, we're past that because I have Marie in my bed, so we're fine.
It's just, and it's like, I just, again, sometimes I watch movies and I'm just like, wild. What do straight people see when they watch this? Like, I can't imagine. Anyways.
Yeah, they're like, actually, I really wish she got with Nick. You're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
But then they decide to go to this auction because this movie, again, on the list of ways it fails feminism is the idea that I don't think a single one of these high-powered, successful, like, amazing, badass female intelligence agents, I don't think any of them wears less than, like, a 3-inch heel this whole fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
right? They're like, I love that scene of Jessica Chastain. This is like earlier on in the movie, but that first scene where they're like, the one where the Colombian dude gets shot and Graciella's with him,
Yes.
and they're gunning for the drive and Marie's gunning for the drive, and they're like racing around this like dockyard, right? And there's just this scene where Jessica Chastain is like balance walking across this little like metal strip or whatever, and she's in like these fucking
Heels. Yeah.
like 3-inch clunky heels, and I'm like,
Why?
In what world are those the shoes you would wear into the field?
They
Like,
aren't.
I'm sorry.
No,
There's
she's
no
like,
way.
beating the shit out of this man at the auction in a like tight dress where like
Yes.
you cannot move your
Yeah.
legs. Yeah.
So they all get fucking dolled up to go to this auction. And then I love that their like first plot point at this auction is Gracie being like, I don't know how to flirt with men.
Yeah, I'm
and they're
like, yeah,
"Ugh."
Penelope Cruz, you have no clue how to flirt. You're right. Yeah, that sounds right.
Just stand there. Just stand still.
Literally just
That's it.
be
Blink
yourself.
a few times so that they know you're alive. Like,
It
who's
works.
gonna lose interest?
Yep, it worked.
It worked. It's fine.
But I love to like these lesbians teaching her how to flirt.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is like all of these lesbians are just like, yeah, here's how you here's how you make men believe that you'd be interested in them. They're like, don't worry, it's not that hard.
Yeah, it's super easy.
She's like, I don't know how to flirt with men, which is again why Gracie gives me like the baby gay vibes, right? Because like she's married.
Yeah.
She's like married with
I'm like,
children.
so you never flirted with your husband? Like, what's
Right.
the
And
deal
so
there?
Yeah, I just love the idea of like Graciela, who has been taken like under the wing of all of these dykes, and she's just like, but I don't know how to talk to men. Like, I just tripped into a marriage, and like I don't know how I ended up there. And they're like, it's okay, baby, we got you. Like, don't worry.
And literally, they are just like, well, it gives me also, this is sort of a deep cut of our Should Have Been Gays. Do you remember when we watched The House Bunny?
Yes.
So there's like that one girl who's like,
Yes.
I'm researching the male species by flirting with them. Like they literally are like, okay, do it as a research experiment, honey. And she's like, oh, research, anthropology, therapy. I can therapize this man. Here we go.
And listen, all I'm saying is I firmly believe that Gracie is like 3 days on TikTok away from coming out. That's all.
Valid.
Right?
And she's like, honey, I'm bisexual and we need to have an open marriage. Love you. Love you and the kids.
You can keep the babies. Babies come with you to find another mom. It's fine.
True. Incredible. What else happens? Then we meet Lin Mi.
No, wait, I'm sorry. One other thing happens, which is Mace's whole this plot is like held together by like 2 band-aids and like some spit. I don't know.
Yes.
So they're at this auction and Mace like turns around and Nick is there.
Whoa.
And her immediate reaction to that news is like not super joyful, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's more like I'm an agent who's like, why is this man dead?
I mean, I get it, yes, but it's also like you'd think that like we are supposed to believe that this woman has been carrying.
She's avenging. Like her whole thing about the drive is like, I'm avenging Nick's death.
I'm
It's like,
avenging
no,
Nick. I'm
you're
doing this
not.
for Nick. Nick
No,
died
you're
for
not.
this. I'm gonna do this.
No,
and
you're
it's
not.
like, no. Like my immediate take on that scene is that Nick shows back up and she's like, wow, I'm even gayer than I had previously thought I was.
She's like, I do not want to go anywhere with this man.
Yeah, she's like, I have zero desire to do anything with you, actually. She's like, that one time I tried to beard up was a bigger mistake than I thought because he's actually alive. Oh no.
Yes, you're like, shit.
Oh no, I fucked up. He didn't die. And now he's here and he wants me to be in love with him still. And I'm like, actually, I have so many women now.
Yeah, you're like, it's been 3 days, but I'm over it.
Yeah. So that's my other note on that. So we meet, Nick comes back and Mace has zero interest with him. And then that dude tries to leave with Graciela and Marie gets that great line where she's like, actually, she's with me. And I think Gracie had a little...
I think we all had a little baby gay heart attack there.
Yeah, like just some things really occurred to Graciela in that moment is all I'm
That
saying.
was something. That's why I'm like, Marie has been straight up gay. Like we don't ever see, she has no male love interest. Like they're not trying to throw her into like some sort of love story ever. She's like, I'm always been alone. And I'm like, if that shit ain't gay, you're gay. Daddy issues and like, no, I'm alone. Like she's like, I keep like referencing other movies because I feel like this movie like tried to be a bunch of other movies, but like just didn't do it well. But it's like Miss Congeniality vibes where like honestly all of them, like Mace and Marie are both like the Miss Congeniality archetype.
Yeah.
Of an agent. Right? Where it's like, I only care about the job and like I don't need friends.
I don't
or
have attachments.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and it's like, okay. And I think Mace compares herself to James Bond at some point, and I'm like, girl, if you are comparing yourself to James Bond is a womanizer. Like, she's like, what does she say? Like, I forget what she says about him, but she basically is like, I'm James Bond.
Yeah.
Which means like, I want to sleep with a bunch of women and be a cool spy.
Different woman every movie. Listen, that's the dream. Living the dream,
Living
Mace.
the dream, except she's
Get
like,
it.
well, Marie can be in every movie. And that's what makes her gay and not James Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also, can we talk about the gay scene? So this is where we meet Lin-Mi, right?
Yes.
Who, her outfit fucking rocks. I'm sorry. The little red auction number, here for it.
Yes.
Do I maybe have a lasting, like, physiological response based on what I think is, like, my earliest root of Jasmine in the little red outfit at the end of Aladdin? Anyways, it's
Yes,
fine.
it's okay.
Let's therapize me later, Gracie, anytime you're ready. Okay.
Ready for that shit.
But anyways, I liked her red outfit. That's not the point. The point is the point is that we have that scene. I think it's Marie and Deej, right? Who are like, it's the two of them, like
they're
both
fighting,
guns
like, 15
pointed in
men.
opposite
Yeah.
direction. Yeah, there's like 50 men with like fucking like AKs and Uzis pointing at them, and they're just like, keep my gun up, go down fighting, never quit, will never put my gun down, I will take down this army of men, nothing can stop me. And then like a hot woman walks out and she's like, lower your weapons. And they're like, okay, guns down, so yeah, got it.
I mean, to be fair, like, they lower their weapons. Like, everyone listens to this woman.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Who wouldn't?
strong, like you said, mistress energy.
Oh my God. It's just so funny. I just like, there was something about that visual of them just like staring down like a small army of dudes with guns pointed at them. And then Lin-Mi walks out and she's like, put your guns down. And they're like, step on me, mommy. Okay. Like,
Sounds right.
It's just, it was so immediate, like no hesitation. They immediately put their guns down, and it was the funniest thing.
And
because
then I feel
again,
like
plot-wise, why?
Exactly. And then I feel like
Why?
they also just like completely are like, okay, yeah, we trust this woman. Like, it's like, she's just like, I'm an agent just like you. Like, well, and like before.
Listen, she's got those hot glasses on. Like, she's
glasses.
got a whole vibe going.
And they're
she's
like, all right,
have some tea.
Yeah,
okay.
take us home, have some tea. Like, everything about it, like, they completely trust this woman. Where, like, the second they had met each other, they were like, I'm going to fight you in a tunnel. Like, I don't trust anyone. And then they're like, oh, yes, I love you.
I love you. Mace is like, bandage me up, mommy. Yes. I mean, come on.
There's like she's like, get in this car. And
I got a boo-boo. Give it a kiss better. Like, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, they follow her like completely. She has them under a spell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they get in the car. They go back to her place. There's the whole conversation. This is one of the conversations between Marie and Mace where I'm like,
that scene.
Like, they're just drinking together. They're just like, what do they talk about? I don't even know what they talk about because I literally was like, jaw on the floor.
They're talking about Nick, I think, right? And she's like, because Mace is like beating herself up over this whole situation. And I have a couple lines written down. One of them is Marie saying, when you live a life of lies, it's hard to see what's real and what isn't. And I'm like,
but we're real, Mace. We're real.
Yeah. Well, Marie's like, it's hard till you come out of the closet. I know, like, we've all been there, right?
Yep.
And then she's like, I'm sorry you were betrayed. I know what that feels like. And she's like, just forming this emotional bridge between the two of them that like nobody else could possibly understand. Like,
and I feel like she is like, I'll never betray you. Like, there's this underlying thing of like,
yes,
I know
you can trust me.
Yeah, like, I know life has been shitty, but like, we're together now and like everything's gonna be okay.
I would never do that to you. I know how much that hurts.
And you're like, damn.
Don't beat yourself up, baby. Come here.
Exactly. Everything's okay. Just like,
I can kiss it better too.
Exactly.
Okay, what? Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. But then we unfortunately have to deal with Nick again.
Okay, but wait. Before Nick shows up, I also have a great Lin Me line that I'm sorry, again, like, shit just hits different when you're gay sometimes, okay? And so Lin Me looking around the room at this, like, amazing collection of hot gay women and going, we all look different, speak different, but we are the same. And she's like, gay recognizes gay,
Yes.
okay, bitches? She's like,
literally,
I
like,
clocked
gay
you all a
magnetism,
mile
bitch.
away.
That is so funny.
Right? She's like, this is a gay space. This is a safe queer space.
Queer space
like,
for everyone.
we don't all speak the same language. Like, we've got different vibes going, but like, we all know why we're here.
That is hilarious. And also why they're like, guard down, completely feel safe. And you're like, all right, actually, maybe you shouldn't have really put your guard down that much because shit hits the fan.
Oh, that, I will say, listen, the most effective scene in this movie, sadly, is the scene where they, like, shoot all their families.
Yes.
And I really think it's only because you finally get, like, good material for these women to act their little hearts out.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Lupita Nyong'o's acting when her
that scene's
boyfriend
fucking
gets
brutal.
shot is brutal. The tears, but then also
It's so bad.
when right after Nick leaves and he's like, I'm gonna take the drive by.
Yeah.
She's working through her tears.
It's so hard.
That scene.
But it's also just, it's all of them, right? Because it's like you're watching Marie watch, like, Jonas get shot. You're watching Deej watch her boyfriend get shot. You're watching Mace make the decision to, for once, not put the safety of the entire world above Grassie's family, right? Because you're just like, no, like, you care about people now and you can't make the same decisions. And you're watching, like, just all of them. Like, it's a fucking brutal scene, but it's also, I feel like it's the best material they gave them in the whole movie.
Yeah, like,
and I'm like, it's so sad to have that be like one of the top scenes, but what a really well done, well
honestly,
acted
like,
scene.
incredibly acted.
Yeah.
Like,
Except we're
really
literally sitting there because, again, we had to, like, watch this over 2 nights. It's a 2-hour long movie, okay? Like, we don't have that kind of time in our lives. So we're watching it, like, our second night in, and Kelsey's sitting there with me, and she's like, I swear to God, if they shoot Graciella's babies this far into this movie, she's like, I am walking away. I'm like, I'm done.
To be fair, like, that they already took it pretty far by killing the boyfriend and Jonas. But yeah, if they killed the family, that would have been
It would have been
too
rough.
much.
But no, May steps in and she's like, I will save your babies, Gracie, so that we can all raise them together in our lesbian commune that we're all going to live on a beach
which
together.
I wish that's the actual ending to this.
Yes.
And then Nick leaves and they're like, we're going to avenge all of our families.
And save Lin Me, okay?
Because they take Lin Me.
They take Lin Me, and Lin Me's got those fucking glasses, and she's like, I'm just going to, like, live stream... I'm going to live stream my abduction to you. Here's my kidnapping. Please come save me. Kisses. Okay.
I know. And yet again, they do everything Lin Me wants.
And they do everything. And they're perfect. And they plan. This is like the only heist-ish part of the movie, really, where they're like, okay, like, Marie, demolitions, get to work, and all this shit.
They blow this shit up.
They shoot so many men. They kill all the men.
So many men.
They kill so many men in this movie.
I
just
honestly
in general.
am like so impressed at how many men they kill. Like, it is wild.
Does a woman die in this movie?
No.
I think it's only men. Actually, this movie's growing on me. I'm sorry.
Well, no, because it is like, it's so heavily feminist.
It's all terrible men dying.
Do you know what I mean?
And like
it's like so like heavy-handedly like, we love, like, women kill men suck. Like, it's like
this movie is the heist movie equivalent of like Spice Girls going, girl power. Like, it's that.
Yes. Except I'm like, girl power, equalization between the sexes.
With
is
guns.
Is like more, I'm like, I can get behind it. It feels more nuanced. This like does not feel, this feels like such like, there's no nuance to this feminism. And I'm like, you know what? Valid. Every man in this film sucks. Kill them, whatever. But you're also just like, oh God. Script wise, it's a lot. So yes.
But is it worth it? Is it worth it to have a scene after this whole this giant shootout in a Shanghai skyscraper hotel with like floors exploding, floors dropping down levels. Like, is it worth it to get to the scene with Mace cradling Marie in her arms, Graciela walking in with her one little bullet that she fires in this whole movie straight into Nick, right? The immediate eye contact between her and Mace, because she's like, was that okay? And Mace's one response of, that was good shooting, Gracie.
She's like, thank you for killing my ex.
Thank you for shooting this man. Thank you. I'm clutching my lover tenderly in my arms. Thanks for getting rid of the baggage, okay? Like...
And yet he's not fucking dead.
I can't believe they did not kill this man.
I just feel like that should have been the ending. He should have been dead. And then after this, you're right. It should have been all of these women. The CIA's like, thank you. You've crushed the corruption in our ranks. Like, everything's good. And then like, but we have to put you all in hiding. And they all go into hiding all together in a queer commune where they're just like fucking living their life on a beach, like enjoying each other's
telling
company.
Their first time stories.
Exactly. And like Mace and Marie are sharing a room. We know this shit. And Dijon, everyone else is like, well, we'll see what happens. Maybe Dijon lend me. I could get behind that. You know?
Yeah, listen. I'm irritated because they don't even answer anything. Like, they don't answer what have they been up to in the months since they didn't kill Nick again for like so many times. How are so many people so bad at killing this man, right? So they don't tell you what they've been doing. They just show up mysteriously to poison him and leave with no explanation of what they're going to do to him, how they're going to do it when they all just walked out of his apartment. And then they don't even like stay together. Like,
yeah, they're like, bye, we're all leaving. I'm like, that's the payoff is so not good. Like,
it was so nothing.
Even the payoff between Marie and Mace was sort of good, where she's like, it's not goodbye, baby. But like, I just wish when she's like, do you want to grab a drink? It should have been like, yes. And they walk away.
Or I could totally have gotten behind the dialogue. If you do the like, want to grab a drink? No, me neither. And then they clearly walk to get a drink together. Like, or she like puts her arm around it. Like something. Give me something.
Yes.
Give me something. I'm working with nothing like, here.
Bye, honey.
Yeah.
I'll see you in another life. Like, what? No, they're together. They need to walk away into the sunset together.
Yeah.
Marie needs to pull up on her motorcycle.
Yeah, she for sure needs a motorcycle.
Get Mace on the back of it, drive away, like wink at the camera. That's it.
Hot. Here for it.
Like, they're together.
Yeah.
Like, finally got rid of your ex hopefully for good. Let's be together. Love you, baby. Let's go. That's the ending.
Let's rewrite this movie, Ellie. We can make it so much better.
So much better. Anything else that you want to talk about for this film? That, I mean, we went through it.
I think we covered most of my notes.
Covered it.
I think it's just
it.
Listen, I understand it's an action movie. I am not expecting too much of it. It is incredible to me that you put together this cast of women and gave them so little to work with from a script perspective. Like, do I enjoy watching them jump around, punching each other, and like getting all hot and bothered and just slaughtering armies of terrible men? Like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Why not? Like,
yes.
I'm a red-blooded American woman.
Give me Jessica Chastain beating the shit out of men for 3 hours.
Man.
I'm fine with it. But like, also give us some
Jessica
good
Chastain
gay
looked
shit.
great in this movie. I'm not going to complain, okay? I'm not going to complain
when she
about that.
when she was beat the shit out of and like she's like bruised and
it was hot. Yeah, I'm into
like,
it. Whatever.
Oh yes, this is good. Give me
watching
an ice.
Jessica Chastain like try to take down a large Romanian man and just
was wonderful. Like
great.
give us an ice bath scene where like Jessica Chastain gets in the ice bath and Marie's like, give me a mix of like Handmaiden where like Marie's taking care of
give me
Mace.
Diane Kruger recreating the ice bath scene in what's it called? Stick It. Right?
Yes.
Give me Diane Kruger finishing up some operative, whatever, like whatever their mission is, in a sports bra, hotel bath ice scene. I'm here for it. I'll do it. Honestly,
give me Marie putting Neosporin on Mace's face.
Yes.
And oh, you have a little blood there.
It's like the action thriller equivalent of like women doing each other's makeup, right? Is like stitching up the face.
Yes, I could fix her up, like give me it.
There's sustained eye contact while she does her stitches. Yeah.
Yeah, the brief look away of like,
yeah.
Oh, that was like, we're on a mission. We can't be doing this right now.
Yeah. I love it. Honestly, I'm also super here for the scene in the hotel at the very end when they're leading Lin-Mi away, and like Bingbing Fan gets to do this great fight sequence where it's like her against like 6 dudes, and she like breaks the fucking lamp pole down, and so she's got like a staff, and she's just fucking taking these men down with a staff. Like, I was here for it. It was hot. It was good. I'm into it. But
yeah, it could have been more gay. Should have been gay.
Should have been way gayer.
Should have been super gay. So which characters are we shipping?
Okay, listen.
Mace and Marie.
I ship Mace and Marie as my top ship. Like, you can pair these women up any way you want to, and I'm gonna ship it. But like, Mace and Marie is my ship, man.
What's their ship name?
Oh,
Macy.
That's Macy.
I mean, their names are so similar.
Yeah, what we got?
It's really Macy. Otherwise, you just get Marie.
Maurice.
Yeah, Maurice. Maurice or Macy?
I think Macy's better.
I like Macy.
Okay.
And yeah, I could do like Khadijah and Mace. We got a little like...
Yeah.
Kadish.
I could also I could super ship Deej and Graciela. I can ship Marie. I could ship Marie and Graciela after that auction scene where she leads her away seductively. She's with
Mariella.
Me. Yeah. Mariella works for me.
I mean, Lin-Mi
I could ship Deej and Lin-Mi, man. Like, Deej me. Yeah.
Deej me right now. Oh. Yeah. I mean, all of them could be shipped together. Lin-Mi also, and the rest of them as like Lin-Mi is just like the mistress, and the floor of them just do whatever she wants, Yeah. That's just like Lin-Mi and the subs. You know what I mean? Lin-Mi and her girls. I don't know. But yes, so many ships.
I ship them all. I can't help it.
The 355 should have been gay. It would have been such a much more enjoyable movie for me if it was gay.
I almost want to write this fan fiction myself right now. I'm so close throughout this episode, honestly.
I just can't. I can't really do an action film. It's not my genre. I'm fine. But give me a good gay love story in an action film, and maybe I'd be down. So should have been gay.
Which why can't we have that? James Bond gets a love story in all of his action films.
Exactly.
It's just rom-coms for men.
Yes. Exactly. Give us.
They're men will watch rom-coms if you put a gun in them.
So true.
Yeah. Okay. So give us one.
Give us the same thing.
Give the lesbians a rom-com action.
I guess Charlie's
film.
Angels.
Why not?
Charlie's Angels, sort of, except they didn't really go they didn't go gay enough.
They never do.
They never do. All right. Let's do our Q and gay. Here we go.
I'm ready.
Q and gay.
Question number 1: who's the gayest of the 355? A. Mace, B. Marie, C. Lin-Mi, or D. Khadijah?
Oh, God, this is so hard. I'm going to answer it based on who I think, the straights would most easily clock, which is Marie.
Marie. I think it's... Honestly, I
they're
feel like
all
it is Marie.
Equally gay to me, but I think if you, walked into a room with all of them, I feel like even straight people would look at Marie and be like, a lesbian.
When she was wearing, at some point, she had a shirt that, had, no sleeves. I was like, this woman is so gay.
She's very gay.
The arms.
Yeah.
Those are arms you would see at a gay bar.
I mean, I feel like Mace, tends to dress more femme, even on assignment. Deej, to me, also is, the super nerdy techie gay. She's got the ties. She's got the blazers. She's got the, printed t-shirts. I am here for it.
They've got it all. I agree.
Okay, question 2, Ellie. Who is the most useless man in the 355 out of A, Nick, B, Jonas, C, Marks, or D, Grady?
See, I want to say Nick because, I just hate him, but I think he gets shit done. I mean, he got the drive. I think Grady is the most useless.
Grady is so useless.
He's so useless that he's just I'm a man, and, I hate Jessica Chastain because she's a woman. And you're like,
and better at this job than I am.
Yeah,
and
like, you
honestly,
suck.
who wouldn't hate
You
her
suck.
a little bit
So
for that?
Grady, for sure. All right, question number 3. Where would you want to get sent on assignment? A, Paris, B, Morocco, C, Shanghai, or D, Colombia?
Oh, it's a tough question. Like, I've been to Paris. I haven't been to the other 3. I feel like as if I was actually on assignment, I think the fact that I speak French would serve me the best in Paris. In terms of, like, where I'd like to go, like, I don't know, Shanghai looks pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I honestly really want to go to Shanghai.
It'd be
I was
fun.
like, that city looks fucking awesome. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Another trip. Let's hang out. Go to
Let's hang out, goes to Shanghai.
That's in our budget, right? Okay, great.
Yeah. Be cool.
Okay, question 4, Ellie. What's your preferred method to kill a man out of A, poison, B, explosion, C, gunfight, or D, bare hands?
I feel like for me, I'm not very strong. So I feel like I would have to. I wish that I could kill a man with my bare hands, but I can't. So it's going to go poison for me. You know, keep it simple, keep it easy, a little subterfuge, like get the poison.
Just some herbs.
Yeah, just get that poison in his body and like that's it.
Great. Plus
Easier
you get to
for
get
me.
a drink out of that, you know? It's nice.
Mhm. Exactly. Put it in the ice. All right. Question number 5, Leigh. What would you do if your ex came back from the dead? A, run away. B, shoot them. C, poison them. Or D, faint.
I like
well, you
this.
actually like your ex, so.
I do like my ex. Listen, if my ex was a horrible man who was trying to, like, sell world domination to, like, terrible people, and I believed that they were dead and then they came back, I think I like this because the options, I like the difference between shoot them and poison them, because one is, like, the immediate of just, like, you shouldn't be alive, like, fix that right away, and then the other one is, like, I will go home and plot an assassination. Like, something has gone wrong here. I feel like in reality, my most likely answer is run away. I think that sounds right.
Yeah, you'd be like, what is happening? This is terrifying. Yeah.
Gotta figure out, gotta process and, like, you know, journal a bit and figure out what the fuck's going on.
Makes sense.
Sure.
I would. Yeah, I'd also probably run away or faint. I'm like, I don't particularly love my ex, but I'm not going to kill her. I think I'm good. All right. What an episode. What a gay action film. Could have been so much better if it was gay.
Should have been gay.
Mm-hmm. As always, you can answer our Q and Gay questions on our Twitter at Let's Hang Out Pod.
Let me hear you say, hip, 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 we're gay.
We love hearing from you and building community, so we want to shout out some of our favorite things each episode. And today, we want to shout out Ellen of our favorite duo, Amy and Ellen. Drink whenever you hear Amy and Ellen, who reached out to tell us a few great guests, some authors, Casey McQuiston, Kelly Quinlan, and Carrie Hunter, to talk about lesbian fiction. So thank you for that suggestion, Ellen. We will do our best to talk to some more queer writers.
Listen, I gotta do some reading first, because Casey McQuiston I know is one last stop. The others I gotta look up.
You gotta read up on.
See if I got them on my list already. I know.
And I will say she said something really lovely, which made my day, which is we're lesessentials.
Aw, Ellen.
Oh, stop.
You stop it, you.
Love it.
We also want to shout out our listener Presley, who sent us an email and suggested that we should make a book of all of our should have been gays. And it's unclear to us if you mean a book detailing all of our main bullet points of the should have been gays, or a book of, like, fan fiction recreations of these stories as we rewrite them so commonly in our heads. And honestly, either one of those would slap.
If any publishers want to get in touch with us to write a should have been gay, I also was like, I don't know.
What is the licensing?
Yeah, I was like, I think the
situation
licensing on
this?
that would be far too expensive, but I also love the idea.
Yeah, right. So listen, we're totally down if someone knows how to make this happen. Like, you send us an email. We're ready. We're like
Let's
100. This is what 103.
Yes.
We've got material. We've got material for days. Okay?
What if we just like didn't? I feel like we can skirt around the licensing. Like, each should have been gay is actually just like a generic. Like, for Bring It On, it's like a generic cheerleader story. You know what I mean?
Is this like when we were going to write Schmeenage, Schmowny, Schmunters?
Yeah,
musical?
exactly. Like, we can totally skirt the licensing here. Like, we're just talking about, like, Morance and Tissy, you know?
I was really waiting for you to make them both M's and be like Morance and Missy. No one will know.
No one will know the difference. Yes,
Great.
but I love it. As always, we want to thank our Lesbian Jesus patrons, Mark Foster,
Tanya Ferguson,
Alana Rosen,
Lizette Stye,
Adi Benitez,
Fiona W.,
and Sophia Phillips.
And our King Princess patrons, Amy and Ellen,
Leah Henley,
Andrea Doucette,
and Julia Gonzalez. Thank you all so much for helping us make this show. We could not make it without you.
Remember, you can also find us on all the social medias. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at Les Hangout Pod.
Or you can email us at leshangoutpod@gmail.com.
You can check out our website at leshangoutpod.com.
Whatever app you use for podcasts, make sure you subscribe so you'll be the first to know when new episodes drop.
We also have videos going up on our YouTube channel, so make sure that you subscribe at youtube.com/leshangoutpod to catch them.
Let's Hang Out is an independently produced show hosted by us with audio production by me. Our production assistant is Krista Murison, and Twitter shenanigans and various other shenanigans, all shenanigans, by Leigh Holmes Foster.
All shenanigans master is me.
Yes.
If you want to help support our little independent team, the easiest way to do that is to leave us a rating and a review. It helps new people find the show, and also we love reading the reviews.
If you want to help support us on Patreon, you can do that at bit.ly/lespatreon. You get access to all of our bonus episodes, including our latest bonus episode on Almost Adults. You also get access to Les Essentials watch parties, our Discord chat, and all kinds of fun things. You can do that at bit.ly/lespatreon.
If you want to get some Les Hangout merch, we have all of our designs available in our TeePublic. You can get them on all sorts of things like t-shirts and tank tops and sweatshirts and tote bags and all sorts of good stuff. You can find all that at bit.ly/lesshop.
And remember, we have a queer production company making queer podcast musicals with guaranteed happy endings that you can find everywhere at $beanprod.
You can also check out our website at dollarbeanproductions.com.
You can listen to all the episodes of our first show, The Flame, on any podcasting app.
And if you want to help support us in making more musicals like our upcoming show, Journey to the Heart, we are deep in recording sessions right now. We've been working on so much good stuff. We're so excited for people to get to hear it. You can join our Patreon at bit.ly/dollarbeanpatreon.
If you want to follow us individually, you can follow me at Ellie Brigida on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at LSH Foster.
With that, I'm Ellie.
And I'm Leigh. And
let's hang out again soon.
Let's hang out.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all. I'm JJ.
Hey, guys. It's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like, it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.